You're never sure who on earth to trust anymore. You've had enough. It's painful inside. You've got it wrong in the past and you don't know why. Okay? Your attention span is short. You can't concentrate. Half the time you don't even know what your name is, let alone where your car keys are. Sometimes someone has distracted your thoughts when you're trying to concentrate on something because something they did or didn't do really impacted you and you can't figure it out. You've got to figure out, got to understand what it is. Do they do it just around you or do they do it to everyone else? This is a constant thing that goes around in your mind, okay? How do you know when it becomes difficult, when you feel something is gripping you inside, the anxiety, the feeling that you don't know what to make a decision on, what to do, when to procrastinate, what to experience? Do they just do it to you? Why does this difficult person do it to you? Do they just do it to you or do they do it to everyone else? Or why does it impact you so much? And when you actually ask them not to, that they completely ignore you as though you never said anything. And you start to begin to wonder, am I not here? Am I unseen? And you feel this incredible internal anxiety as though something is firing up inside of you. It grabs you, distracts you, leaves you feeling numb and empty. Okay? And then you're back to normal. What does it all mean? Why does it happen? Why do you get into this position? I get it. It's incredibly confusing. Okay? You feel at certain times that your finest plans crumble before your eyes, just at the point where you feel good. And then something feels crushingly disappointing when actually you're an optimist and the world feels to you as though it's a pessimist. Many intuitive sensitive people who can feel something is up but don't know what it is are experiencing something that's actually called complex PTSD. Okay? Standard PTSD is the thing that we kind of associate with soldiers, people returning from situations. It's one single event that happens in our life that replays. Okay? And normally it's got some kind of visual component to it. Complex PTSD is a series, constant bombardment of your entire system. So it's more than one thing. It's a chronic situation. And this is why you put up with difficult people. Because you don't know anything other than that. Because your whole system internally feels like a permanent war zone. This one thing going around in a loop may be easy to solve, easy to fix, and maybe some kind of treatment has worked for such and this kind of person because they had one thing kind of going on and it worked beautifully for them. Why didn't it work for you? And you're starting to get fed up with it because you're the one that's done the work on yourself for a long period of time. What's happening is your whole system is mobilized, okay? Now, what does it do in terms of your internal world? Well, it creates emotional flashbacks. What are they? They're the feelings, they're non-visual. This is more of a visual component, at least you know what it is. This is non-visual, so you experience toxic shame, self-abandonment, vicious inner critic, and I mean vicious inner critic, and social anxiety. So you get this kind of thing, oh, I can't go out today, oh, I don't know what's the matter with me, or this sudden overwhelming need to withdraw. Now, these emotional flashbacks create body sensations, overwhelming fear, shame, alienation, rage. You get really cross, grief, and then some kind of low-grade depression. And this is all matched together with this expectation that you're going to be let down and you can't trust, because every time you do it, it's the wrong people. And the good news is that this complex PTSD is solvable. Okay, why? Because it's an environment thing. It's a nurture thing. It's not a nature thing. Okay, therefore it can be changed. How do you change it? Well, you change it because, or you can change it because trauma is powered by what's called our executive functions. So this again is one of my very elaborate pictures. So imagine yourself that you have this thing inside, it's called your inner hotel, okay? And there are 3 executives that come in to run this hotel. Their job is to run this building, run this hotel. And the first one is a bit of a control freak. They're fearful, but they're in charge. This is the thing, they're in charge, they're in charge. This one is calmer, likes the detail, likes to be able to work out how you organize things, how you put things together. Okay? And this third one is the nicest person ever. They're comfortable and lovely to be around. The staff love them, the clientele love them. They're engaged, they're compassionate, they run things really smoothly, but they don't need to control everything. Nothing like this first one. So imagine that these 3 executives run your inner hotel, and they do, okay? This is part of your how things work in terms of your brain and your nervous system and how it's put all together. Now, what happens in complex PTSD and what happens in kind of an ongoing, prolonged trauma is that the second and the third executive are offline, because this one, the first executive, this kind of primal control freak, has first dibs on everything. It is the default setting. So every time you get that gripping anxiety or the, I don't know, I can't concentrate, I can't think, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing, I can't sleep, I can't this, I can't that, oh, I'm in this heightened state, it's because the first executive is full on and the second and third are offline. They can't talk to you, they can't communicate with you. So this is the time when whatever you do, it doesn't make sense. You cannot concentrate, you cannot meditate, you can't do this, you can't do that. You say to me, Heidi, I'd love to be able to meditate, can't sit still for that long, can't concentrate for that long. It just doesn't work for me, because your first executive is on its power move. Okay? Comprehensive research shows that integration of the inner world is essential for trauma recovery. In fact, it's impossible without it. Without integration, your internal world cannot be peaceful. If you've had experiences where your system is on the overdrive, okay? That means you cannot feel great unless you address the inner trauma. And the first instinct, because it's powered by this, is to run from it. Oh, I don't want to deal with that. I'm not doing that. Blah, blah, blah. I can't concentrate. How do you say? Blah, blah, blah. Well, how does this process of integration begin? Well, you have to consciously engage the second and the third executive back online. Okay? Endless research shows that the mindfulness model of accessing a higher self, so we can draw that in, it's like an angel. Okay, we'll call it an angel, that oversees all of this, okay, that can look from outside of the trauma to get all of these things working together and continually working together. So you can then move from PTSD in whatever format and disappointment in to a peaceful inner hotel where everybody works together, okay? Guess what happens then? This one, second one, starts organizing. The third one is great. This calms down. The first executive calms down and doesn't need to be in control. So how do you get all this back online? Wow, how do you get these working together? That sounds really complicated. How am I going to do that? I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to start. Because you think this one's off on its power trip. Well, guess what? Guess what? Well, what if I made it super easy for you? What if I made it where you don't actually have to do any of the work? You don't have to think about it. You don't have to work hard at it. But hey, could be a possibility that all this lot start talking to each other. How do I do that? You do the exercise I'm giving you. That's how you do it. You do the exercise, because that gets these 3 talking, okay? And then you think, oh, actually, I'd really like this wise part, because do you know what? I need that sometimes. I need this higher self component to calm things down and talk to me. How do I do that? I wonder. I have a meditation for that. That doesn't require that you actually have to be good at meditation, because the exercise has calmed this lot down enough for the meditation to be highly effective. Now, guess what? How do you do that? Well, you follow the instructions, you press the button, you do the exercise and you do the meditation. You do the exercise to regulate and the meditation to oversee, and so that all of this becomes quiet, so all of that gripping thing calms down. Is it a quick fix? No. Is it some magic solution? No. But it'll get you there. It'll get you to a place where that calms down enough so that you can feel calm enough to do whatever it is next that you need to do in order to get this into a place where it's permanently a nice, calm running in a hotel. So make the teeny weeny decision. That's all you have to do. Do the exercise first. You must do the exercise first before you do the meditation. No, you don't have to be great at meditation. You just follow the words, which will help to calm all this down and give you a peaceful feeling inside, so that that normal state, where not the high intensity or the oversensitive system becomes your norm. It becomes a calm sensitivity that works for you. Okay? So do the teeny weeny thing, press the button, do the exercise, do the meditation. You never know, it might actually really change your life. And remember that your sensitivity is your greatest asset. And maybe one day you'll actually believe me. Start now by doing the exercise and the meditation. Press the button and go and do it now.